This is exciting. This is my first ever YouTube video that I'm posting publicly, apart from when I was maybe in my teenage years and did some table talks with my best friend, which made no sense at all, but I think they're no longer on the internet, which is probably a good thing. But anyway, so I also don't really know how to edit videos very well at the moment, so I guess this is a really cool thing for both of us as I'm, as they call it, raw dogging it. Down the track I might be able to make it a little bit more exciting and cool, but at this stage, this is it. Yeah, so I wanted to go into a little bit more detail about my announcement. So as of tomorrow, I will be moving to Bali and starting my journey as a mindset coach. So what does that mean and how did I get here? Good question, because I'm looking back now and it's like, how did I get here? Which is really, it's an exciting process. But why Bali? Anyone who has known me, I've been wanting to move overseas since I left school. I've had a few obstacles in the way that I have personally laid down, of course, for myself, which prevented me from being able to move overseas. So that has been a huge, big passion of mine. And I've also really wanted to move to Bali at some point in my life. Now, the reason I chose Bali, I am a big believer in energy. Energy for me is what we're all made up of, how we all communicate on a deeper level. And I strongly believe that each part of the land has some sort of energetic connection to us. And when I go to Bali, I feel it. There's probably, I've been to a couple other places that have strong energy like that, maybe like Peru, and, the Amazon and things like that. But, Bali's only 3 hours from Perth, so it's not dramatically too far from home. But every time I've gone to Bali, I just feel like I go through a transformation. Not in a bad way, but every time I come home, something happens. And I usually quit a job or I get a new like outlook on life or maybe some relationships fade away or I make new relationships, all sorts of different things. But it's become a second home for me. And I think since I've moved to Perth, that's, um, that's definitely become a turning point now that I'm so close. But it also, it's a bit cheaper, so I can afford it a lot better than, especially when you're starting a new business, than being in Australia. I love the people there. I love the people there. And the expat community is just massive. So the point of me going there too is to be around like-minded people. And I'm not saying that Perth doesn't necessarily have that, but it's not a huge expat community and not many digital nomads as such. So, there's heaps of events and networking events that I really want to get involved in. And I have a lot to learn. So the cool thing about this is I'm documenting my journey so I can help others along the way and see that it is possible. And honestly, like there is no step by step right now. Like I'm completely just going off my gut and my intuition and I'm just following it. So you may have seen that I posted, a little bit of a story the other day about how I did go to Bali once when I was feeling really, really, really shit is probably the best way to explain it. Kind of a bit of a low point for me. And I was like, I want to go and speak to some healers. Let's see what all these healers are about. And I wanted to do like that, um, healing type of, energetic healing type of, process. So I want to see a Reiki master and a spiritual healer. And they basically, in short, I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but in short, they basically just said, I need to step into my purpose. I have quite a strong connection with spirit, but it's blocked at the moment. So, once I did that, I walked away and I was like, yeah, I need to change things. I need to lean into this. Like I've been told by two different people, who didn't know each other that I need to lean into this and work on this. So ever since then, I've just, yeah, it's been crazy. I've just really tried to step into my purpose and, it's hard knowing what that is. It's hard knowing what that looks like because we're not taught that in school. Um, it's all about getting a job and making money and building a family and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, um, so yeah, I've been on that journey for quite some time now. I've been doing a lot of inner work, and the beauty about this, I guess, this career choice is that you do need to do a lot of work, inner work. It just naturally comes as you learn more about being a coach, especially mindset and empowerment and life, which is kind of the section that I'm in. So that's predominantly why I'm moving to Bali. But why did I really want to become a coach? So I guess I've always had it in me to, train others, teach others, but I didn't really know that I wanted to be this in particular until recently. And I don't really know what the exact moment was for me when I decided I wanted to be a life coach. But all I knew was when I had to look in and find out what my passion was. Self-development has been such a huge aspect of my life. And I guess, everyone goes through their own things, they go through their own traumas, and I think some of the things that have happened to me in my life have really made me like go deep and just be like, why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? And why do humans function like this, and why do we continuously go through these cycles, and why do parents teach their kids this and then their kids teach their kids this, and generational traumas. And I just was just so infatuated by it, and I think the more pain that I went through in my life, the more I had the urge to go in and find out why, what's the reason why. So yeah, when I was about 26, I'd have what they would call a little bit of a spiritual awakening. And I read the book Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And that's kind of been my Bible, for the last, 6 years, 5, 6 years. And, that was a moment that just really shifted my mindset. And I think that's such a cool thing, is when your mind can just go, and all of a sudden it just opens you up to so much more. And you're like, so other things are possible. It's like breaking the chains. And that's what I felt like I went through when I was 26. So that's where my self-development journey got really heavy. And I did pretty much what anyone would do when they're like obsessed with self-development. And I saw so many psychologists and counselors, and I've been to so many different healings, and healers, and I've also had my own life coach for the last, gosh, it's nearly been 12 months I've been with her, and she is predominantly a big reason why I'm taking this leap. And I think that was such a cool thing for me as well, because I really wanted to do it for myself, to see what it's like to be a client, because I don't want to go into it without knowing what that's like. And just the transformation that we've done together. And, I didn't really understand what a life coach was until I did it myself, and to see how much progress I've made. And just by having that mentor. And I think that's the coolest thing, is like picking someone who you kind of aspire to be, or someone you look up to, or someone that just, yeah, has the life that you could see yourself living. And that was what did it for me. And I chose this person, and she has been, yeah, absolutely amazing. So anyway, that's pretty much the foundation of why I'm moving. I'm going to be making so many more videos, even though that makes me super uncomfortable, but that's okay. Progress, right? I'm going to make sure I love this by the end of the year. But yeah, I'm really, really excited to continue updating you guys on my journey. I really want to show you that it is possible, and the more of us that is able to step into our purpose and really be our authentic selves, I think the better the world's going to be. And I'm really passionate about that. So exciting times.